All right, guys, we got a 2017 Ram 1500, and the owner of this truck says that his ABS light is on, which it is. So we're just going to do a scan here. We're going to see what all's going on, and then we'll see about what we got to do to fix it. I'm using the XTOOL D8BT on this, same thing as the D8W. So either one of these should do the same thing. The D7 should be able to do this. I'm just going to let it scan so we can see everything that we've got. And then we'll go to the ABS module and see what it's showing. And I like to go to list because it puts them all the ones with codes, it puts up at the top, as you can see there. So we'll just pick the ABS module, hit the down arrow, left front wheel speed sensor circuit, current out of range. All right. So what we'll do is we'll go into that module, and I'm going to go to live data, and we'll pull up all four wheel speed sensors, and then we'll just take it for a quick drive. And there's all four right on the front. Now I missed one, didn't I? Which one did I miss? Oh, yep, that one right there. Okay. And generally, just backing right out of the driveway, you can generally see it if a wheel speed sensor is not working. Take my glasses off here. I gotta have my glasses on to read this. I can see far away, no problem, but I gotta have readers to be able to read. Yeah, left front, I don't see it doing anything. Let's take it down the block. See if it does anything. Normally they're all right on the money with one another. But yeah, left front, dead. And of course it's raining today, so I get to work in the wetness. So next step, pull the wheel off and get access to that left wheel speed sensor. All right, so this one didn't take a whole lot of troubleshooting. We're at the left front wheel. I don't know if you can see those wires right there, but they've been ripped completely out of the harness. I'm getting ready to take the tire off. I don't know what you're seeing there. I haven't been able to get a good look at that, but we definitely need a wheel speed sensor, it looks like. So anyway, let me get this wheel off and see what we're dealing with. There's the other end of the harness. Something just got a hold of it, looks like. Got a hold of it and pulled it. And it just kind of ripped it to hell. So let me get a new wheel speed sensor, and I'll see if I can find the connector, and we'll actually put a new connector on this end. Alright guys, so I've got the wheels turned so I can just get to these two caliper bracket bolts. But before I take those loose, let's see if we can just squeeze these pistons back in just a little bit. Just to give us a little bit of slack, so whenever we pull this whole assembly off, we can throw it up there and not have to worry too much about it. See if the little DEWALT's gonna be up for the job. Yeah, got that one. Loving my little DEWALT. It's 3/8, but throw that right there. I just drove this truck, so of course everything's hot. And let me show you where this sensor's at. Sensor's right here. One bolt, little cap screw holds it in. So relatively easy sensor to change. The looks like an Allen cap screw. We'll figure out what size it is, take that out, route the harness, and then put the new connector on. All right, using my new nifty TEKTON Allen drivers. Just got these. Actually gonna do a review on them. I'm loving them so far. There's the sensor. Of course, didn't have to disconnect the connector. Here's what we're putting in it. Standard. There's the part number. I believe both sides are the same. I don't remember them asking me if it was right or left. They just asked me if it was front or rear. Kind of wiggle it in there. All right. Let me get you set up over here. You can see the routing. Oh look, it even comes with a new clip. This one looks fine. Yeah, it just unclipped the factory clip. So I think I'm going to take this new one off and we'll just reuse the factory one. And of course it's starting to rain. New clip goes right there. So we're pretty much done, other than putting this connector on. Let me show you the connector I found. It too is standard. There's the part number. But it did appear to be the right connector. Now the question is, which way do these wires hook up to this? So we're going to have to just temporarily pig it in. I'm going to rotate the hub, make sure I'm getting a reading on my scan tool, and then if we got it right, then I'll connect the connector up. Probably going to cut some of this excess off right here, because that's probably a little bit more than what we need, and I don't want a whole lot of excess if I can help it. Got my little crimp kit, Wirefy heat shrink, and other pieces to the puzzle. I'm going to go ahead and cut a little bit here off. We're going to cut a little bit here off. That way we don't have near as much to deal with. Hopefully there's enough light. Is there enough light for you guys to see this? Now, before I forget, because I have been known to do that, I'm going to go ahead and put my shrink on here. We're just going to do it like this. Okay, pull up live data. Left front's all we want to see, so I'll just go ahead and do a custom. In fact, you know what? It's screen record, so there's no question. And I'm just going to spin the hub forward. Key is on. And we're going to see if we get any movement here on the scan tool. And we are. How fast can I go? About 25. That bearing sounds a little rough. So, I'm good with red going to the yellow wire. Red to yellow. Come on, get in there. These are, this is marine grade heat shrink. So the nice thing about it's got a adhesive in it. When it melts down, it completely seals that heat shrink off. It's wonderful stuff. Another quick spin. Just want to make sure that it is a good solid connection. And now I'm going to go ahead and back roll this harness with some tape just to make it look factory. There actually may be enough room to where I don't have to back roll it. I'm just going to start about right here. This is my favorite cloth style electrical tape. Give it a little bit of protection and make it look, blend it into the rest of the factory harness. It looked like the end of these wires here, these factory wires, is where the connector was. It just pulled the wires right out of the pins of the connector. Now, obviously, I can't leave this stuff hanging down like this. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to get me a zip tie. Yeah, that'll be perfect. I'm going to zip tie that. Yeah, I don't know what grabbed hold of that, a stick or something in the road, and just ripped it all to hell. And that, I know you can't see really what's going on up here, but this is just going to prevent that connector from falling down and getting tangled up in anything again. But it looks like we got everything hooked up the way we should. So now it's just a matter of putting the rotor back on, buttoning this thing up. Where'd my bolts go? Get on there. We're done right there and putting the tire back on. I'm going to torque. I'm going to get the torque specs for these two bolts, and I'll put them in the description. And I'm going to torque them and then put the wheel on, and this is done. spin this one more time, just make sure that it looks like it's working. And then once I get everything put together, we'll clear the codes and take it for a drive, make sure the ABS light's off and everything is good. All right, so we've still got our left front wheel speed sensor pulled up. Let me go ahead and go back. We're going to select all of them so we can compare them all. Custom. So we've got all the wheel speed sensors brought up. Actually, I guess what I ought to do first, I'm going to have to back out of this thing. I need to clear all the codes, whatever codes we may have. Let's see, read DTC. Yep, okay, so that's still there, so let's go ahead and clear. Okay, now let's go back into data, select all 4 of our sensors. Let's see what happens. So we should see all 4 sensors working the same now. Oh yeah, don't forget to pump your brakes. And since I pushed that piston in, it took a while for the brakes to pump up solid. So far so good, looks like. Looks like all 4 is working. They're even, they're equal to each other. Generally, the ABS sensors are spot on with one another. Very seldom do you ever see them stray very far from each other. So I think we probably fixed this truck with that wheel speed sensor. And I don't know what in the world would have happened. You know, a stick, I guess maybe a rock, something. You know, he ran over something and it grabbed it and took it away. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video, fellas. We're done. 2017 Ram 1500 left front wheel speed sensor. You guys take care.